got it.
Good evening, good day, good night, good morning, good afternoon, Auf Wiedersehen, bonjour. Could you believe last week we had an actual live German and I said not a single word of German that I know. The only word
You
in German that I
ass.
know beyond kindergarten is Auf Wiedersehen and Guten Morgen, and I didn't use it. But anyway, we're back this week for a lovely episode. This has to be somewhere in the mid-50s. After a certain age, people just don't say their
You
age.
know what? I promise that next week we'll know how many podcasts we've done because
Yeah.
obviously you have dropped the ball.
Yes,
Well, we
Reels.
keep having special episodes, which I never really count as part of the podcast, and
Illegal.
I have
You
half
should know.
episode. But anyway,
Anyways,
all right, relax, ladies, relax. We're gonna have a
Ooh,
wonderful show. So this evening we are here again, ourselves, just here, no guests,
just us.
just us.
Who are we?
And just naked, just for you.
I'm not naked.
And
Sorry.
okay. Apparently, Laverne isn't all about the figurative language. Okay,
All right.
we are wearing
so-
clothes, but we are here. We are here for you. Anyway, before I
You've
go
already
anyway,
taken 20 minutes doing this intro.
we have Andreen this evening. I don't know where she's coming from, but apparently she's been solely tennis travel. But
Hello.
how are you, Andreen, this evening? Are you hanging out with Nola? Because you seem a little salty this evening.
I want to be in Paris and I'm stuck in the rain in Rome. What do you think?
Okay. And okay, on the podcast, Janina is here with us. And
Hello.
of course, Reels is here. So, ladies, we are trying to make this a short, quick, a wham bam, thank you ma'am kind of podcast. So let's get straight to it. Let's talk about Roma. So Rome is over, and I guess for some people, it's sort of confirmed what they knew. I guess one sort of surprise, and then business as usual everywhere else. Let's just first say for the Serena stands, you can breathe a sigh of relief.
Thank
can't-
the good Lord.
I'm telling you, let's give her.
I was
God, yeah.
I was so not prepared for her to possibly lose and hear about how Serena hasn't won a title in X amount of
God, I couldn't
forevers.
deal with that either. Not tonight. I'm telling you.
Thank you, Serena. Thank
Some of
you.
these fans were thirsty like Serena's weave. I'm telling you, it was just dried
So
up.
what did you think of her actual performance? Because I didn't see the first set, but my body woke up for the second set. So I was like, all right.
Hey, guess what? My body didn't wake up for any of it, so y'all have at it.
Because when you woke up for the second set, you just thought, well, Serena as usual is out of right?
Well, no, I woke up. I think I woke up at 4-all, which I think must have just been when she broke back, right? Because she was down. Janina, she was down 3-1.
Oh, was
Yeah,
she?
as a matter of fact, she opened to serve the match and she got broken at love.
No, I didn't know. I know nothing. I know nothing at all.
She did. Well, for the week, I saw all her matches. Interestingly enough,
Well, hers were the only ones televised. Hers were the only ones televised.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't business with. No, I don't know what y'all charity tennis coverage. I don't look. There is barely a match that I want to see that I don't ever get to see.
I know, but I don't do anything extra. I like to watch tennis on TV. I hate watching it.
I can't deal with the commercials. I can't deal with that. Which is interesting. Tennis now has gone to where professional basketball, where they have like commercial breaks, so the players get extra rest time. But anyway, I saw her matches throughout this week, and I thought that she was playing well within herself. Serena, she was very calm. Calm Serena style, right? That's very. She wasn't rushing. She was taking her time. And I saw Madison Keys matches this week as well, and I have to say she played really well. She didn't, like when there were any dips, she didn't go off on the boil. She kept with composure. And in the beginning of the match, she was playing excellent tennis. She was serving well. It looked like she couldn't miss a spot. Like wherever she wanted that ball to go, she was going. She's definitely fit. She was moving well. So that definitely gives Serena some, some fits. And I think Serena fits, but she was on it. She wasn't making the careless errors that she normally makes. And I was just like, let's just wait, okay? Let's just sit here and wait because I know Madison Keys. I know Madison Keys would
Yeah,
lock us
she can
up
be a
on this
little
match.
unreliable at times.
There is no
Uh,
middle game.
well, that's good. I'm glad that she made it a match and didn't,
Yeah, the game that she got broken back to be leveled the match. I think it was at 3-1 and Serena broke back. Somewhere along that line. Madison Keys hit two double fault. I
Mm.
mean, one of the faults, I mean, the ball was on the opposite side. No, the same side as she was. Didn't even get into the service box. Like she was just, I don't
Oh
know.
God.
She was going for the lines person on the other end. Like she was just completely off, and that just sort of like put her off in this kind of crazy place. She lost the game, but she didn't go right off the boiler right then and then. Anyway, she kept in it and she took it to a tiebreak, and tiebreaker was at what 7 points to 5, I think it was. So
She
she
had
kept it
and she had
really
chances in the tiebreak. I mean,
right.
she had the mini break in the tiebreak, and then or maybe when it
No,
was
they
at
were going back
3,
and forth. It was
they
definitely
broke.
back and
Yeah,
forth.
it was against the server the first 3 games. She broke Serena to go up 1-love, and then Serena broke her to take back the mini break, and it was just sort of back and
Yeah.
forth.
So it
So
was a
I
good.
didn't I didn't get the feeling. I didn't get the I mean, I think it was a little bit unfortunate for her that she went down 2 breaks because she clearly was comfortable enough to break Serena's serve, but it didn't serve her well in the second set because she was already down 2 breaks. So when she broke back when Serena was serving for the match, it
Right.
didn't matter, you know.
Well, for me, the problem that I notice, and I always check this, when someone breaks, you have to ask yourself. For me, I usually watch like, did the person break? Did the returner break the server, or the server broken him or herself? And I think that's kind of what Serena was doing. Like she was making the errors, not necessarily Keys was pressing the issue. And you could see that she was completely off in the second set. Like she really wanted to win the first set, and then in the second set she was just like, "Oh God, I don't know what I have to do all day." And like I said, there is no middle game. It's either Keys is playing very good or she's playing very bad. There was just nothing in the middle to sort of like
No, I didn't find
help
that
her
to be the
cope.
case. I didn't find that to be the case this time at all. I felt like um, yeah, I mean, there were points that maybe went off, but this time around, usually I get the feeling that Maddie's mentally gone. I didn't feel
Right.
like that same sort of retreat from her this time around in the final. I felt like she had her composure, but maybe she just sort of lost her way. But it didn't feel like when she like starts hitting really, really wild errors and she can't find the core. It just didn't have that sense of chaos behind it. I just have a feeling, like you said, I think
Okay.
she wanted to win the first set because she felt like that was going to let her play looser. And I think
Right.
and I think she was disappointed in herself because she should have been able to hold serve because she'd been serving well.
Yeah, yes, that game, I think she just probably was kicking herself
Like how
in
the
the
heck?
in between. Right, because I mean, like it was two double fall out of nowhere, right?
I
She
know.
even started to laugh. She was like, "What the fuck?" Like it's almost like she almost
Yeah.
felt like like this is so not me. Who is this person? But for me, I felt that that whatever game plan they had, Shane Thomas Hoxton had initially, she
It
could
worked.
it worked, right? But she couldn't do anything else. Like
She
where
couldn't execute it. Yeah.
she couldn't no longer. I just why she couldn't no longer execute it. But I would say that Serena definitely stepped up her defensive game in the
Yeah.
second set. Like she wasn't allowing Maddie to run her ragged around the court because that sort of happened in several of Madison's service game where Serena couldn't get any rhythm, right? And she
Yeah.
was definitely Serena then realized Maddie wasn't mixing up the serve, right? So Serena knew, like once I
What to
get a beat on
anticipate. Yeah.
exactly, she was definitely reading the serve out wide and definitely down the tee. Maddie wasn't trying to body serve or anything like that. So experience again, one wins the day,
Okay. So just for the Serena question, how do you feel about Serena sort of, and we can roll this up, because Serena I thought was in very much a similar position as kind of like Rafa, which was like people wanted to know if this person was kind of back in the game. Did you think that this week was enough to tell you that she was a little bit
No,
better? Okay.
no. The reason is because the difference is there aren't too many people, and by the end, no one really,
Mhm.
who can challenge her. So did she truly get tested? Whereas
I
Rafa.
mean, maybe this Feta match is probably as close because she was so fully dialed in and was
Right.
able to
Sure.
deliver.
And
Yeah,
she
that's about
said,
it.
and she said that she was the best person to test her clay court game
Yeah.
because of who she is,
Mhm.
And I can appreciate that, but at the same time, Sveta's not reliable.
That
Yeah,
is
that's
true.
I
true.
mean,
Yeah.
so no, Serena
I
is
still,
Serena.
yeah.
I don't even think you can talk about her and Nadal in the same.
Well, I mean,
Only in the sense that they're the people that you think of as going into Roland Garros with, you know, people thinking, okay, they can make something happen.
right, a
Given the,
historical.
like given the year that they've had to date,
Well,
could make
Well, I
something.
mean, for me, I guess
Okay,
this
but yeah,
this Rome victory is just for Serena fans and
yeah,
commentators and whatever, because for them they talked about the drought and excuse me, again I think people just I don't know if people watch tennis for a very long time or they're just victim of recentism because Serena has gone stretches without titles and been okay. Like
yeah.
again, there is nothing for me to panic about Serena. 2012 Serena showed up in Roland Garros best shape. She lost to Rosano in the first round. 2013 she won every goddamn thing that there was
right.
to play on clay. 2014 it was up and down, sketchy and showed up and lost to Muguruza in actually did she? Yeah, Muguruza in second round. So and last year you didn't even know she was ill. So Serena is it's just Serena, right? Serena, you wanna win the French? You would only know until she wins it, right? So that's
Well, to
really
be honest, yeah, I don't really think it. I don't think any woman is going into the French in like a clear head. Like I don't really. I feel like it's totally still open.
right.
That's my sense
Serena
of
is
it. So,
definitely the target,
but
as
yeah, but
always. That's
but
anywhere,
yeah,
but it
I
depends.
don't feel like it's open. I feel like it's Serena's to lose just because
I
it's
don't see that at
Serena.
all. I
Who's going to
just
beat her?
because
Well,
I think there are plenty of people. I think she could. I think she. I just don't
she
feel
could
like
beat
we.
herself exactly. I think she
Well,
could beat herself too.
it's not even that. I mean, there were none of the ladies showed up this week. None of the ones that you would consider a threat in Rome did anything this week
Well,
on the
that's
surface.
just it. So what are they
So
going
it's
to do
like
next week?
I don't. I mean, for the next 2 weeks, I'm not comfortable saying it's a Serena
Right, and
win.
I would
I don't
never
feel
say
that way at
there,
all.
definitely at Roland Garros, because the place where she's
Exactly.
been
It's the
very,
dodgiest, craziest
yeah,
place.
Well,
dodgy,
yeah, no, I mean
hot,
that always turns out crazy for the WTA. No, I agree with that, but I
Yeah.
just firmly believe she's the best player. So,
There's no doubt about it that she definitely can, but like I said,
I
she
mean,
has to be
until
dialed
well,
proven
in.
we'll
differently,
talk
we'll
more about
see.
that
Right,
next week, right?
next thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
moving
let's
on.
talk about
So,
these fellas. Hey, Muzza.
anyway, I guess there's no other ladies to talk about, right?
Nah,
But anyway, oh, I have a surprising bit of information for you people that you probably may not know.
tell
What?
us.
That did you know that this is the first time since the year ending championship that Gabina Muguruza won 3 matches in a row?
What?
Yeah, she's looking better. No,
I
she's
know.
settling. She's settling down again. Whatever was going
That's
on with her,
crazy.
she's settling back down again. So, although
Yeah.
I think she should have been able to take it to 3 sets against Maddie, but what are
Yeah,
you
me
gonna
too. Yeah, just so you know, that this was the first time and then she didn't when she did win the 3 matches, she then lost the next match 3 sets.
do? Well, listen,
So,
she got points to defend at Wimbledon, so she got to get on it.
but moving on. So the men's have been, I don't know. I mean, I gotta say, I was about to say the ladies was gonna win this week. I was very clear the ladies been in the week. But these motherfucking men, these men, I'm telling you, never letting women have their own thing. They always gotta push themselves in, whether with style or no class at all. But the men try to make a case for themselves this week, ladies, and I would have to say that they got participation points in my book. Clearly, there will be press reels written about them, this week. But starting with the fact that Murray won another clay court title,
Title.
Well, more
ladies.
importantly is Nole didn't win.
Well, you know what's so funny though? To be honest, Nole didn't win, and it means Nole didn't win, and it means absolutely zero. Because
Nothing.
Not a fucking thing.
what did we learn last year? Is that Nole has learned how to lose at a Masters and still turn up on clay. The only reason, or at the Slam, the only reason this is remotely valuable information for us is that this tournament has just turned out to be freaking like an albatross for him, and so that's just like an added layer. But nobody's gonna convince me that Murray solved the Nole puzzle, other than the fact that maybe the best thing you can do is make sure that Nole stays completely irritated throughout the match.
Right?
I mean,
Sure.
No doubt.
That's about it.
I don't
But
understand.
Murray is a gentleman apparently, so whatever
Murray is not a gentleman.
whatever's
Murray is
unsettling,
no.
he would be
No.
like, no.
Wait.
It needs to be settled. Go ahead.
What's the point you're trying to make, Janine? I didn't know. Where is this coming
Murray's
from?
why are we calling him a gentleman? He may be off court, but he certainly is not on court. Let's be real. He's the king of fucking F-bombs.
Well,
But he didn't do that today. He was not Murray.
Exactly.
This was the perfect day for
Which
Murray.
is why he won.
Yeah, to kick his leg, to shake, to do whatever. I mean, I'll be honest. I had to say to myself, did Murray get a phone call from Lendl? And Lendl was like, dude, this is what you need to do, because this was as calm a Murray as I've seen in a long ass time.
right, and he was also the only thing I would say he's doing different about his game is he's not giving up halfway when he's going for the ball. Like,
He was very patient today.
But like he was committed. He was committed to everything that he was gonna do on court.
And he let
he
Nole
kept-
go crazy. That was shocking.
Right.
Crazy.
How did
What the fuck is wrong with him?
No, but you know what's so funny? Murray basically stayed silent through every single one of Nole's complaints.
And that made Nole look even crazier.
I know, he didn't back him up, because usually if you start saying we need to stop playing because it's raining, the other player might have an opinion. Murray kept silent the whole time.
Well, no. At one point,
why
Murray
would he
did
want to
say
stop?
that-
He was
no,
winning. I mean,
No, at one point, Murray did mention to the umpire that that
When?
maybe.
Where did he say it?
I
Because
think it was some maybe second set before the last crazy shit. How the umpire was, not the umpire, the commentator was mentioning that. But for me, it was just like what my commentators kept saying all the time, like, people, we've played under heavier conditions
I
this
know.
week. Curious and Rare Niche, I think it was. They played this week.
Yeah.
They definitely played there was a thunderstorm basically. They were like,
well, I mean,
don't know. Suck it up, Buttercup, as you would say,
yeah,
Janine.
fucking suck it out, Buttercup, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. All my Twitter timeline, oh, Nole's tired. He played the late match. You know what? This is how tennis works week in and week out. This isn't new. This is what they train to do. These players know that sometimes they're going to play the late match and have to get up and play again in the morning. They're not bitching about it. Why are you?
But
This
I don't
isn't
know.
Well,
This
that
isn't
was-
new.
That's what
And
was so
Nole-
strange about it. That
but
was
you know
was so
what?
strange.
He doesn't get tired. Let's face it. He wasn't tired. He might have been a little irritated for God only knows what, because we never really know what's going on in that Serbian mind. But
Well, he was
I'm sick of it.
Well,
Irritated
Everybody
about-
just, when Nole isn't perfect lately, we have to find a reason, right? But the
Yeah.
truth is, you're not going to be perfect every day, no matter who
But
you
you
are.
lose matches. This is something that is it's tennis. You lose matches. You win
Exactly.
matches and you lose matches.
Oh, let's not pretend. Let's not pretend that Nole doesn't believe his own press. Everybody's been saying that they can't imagine. The draw comes out and people look at it and go, I can't envision who could beat Nole here. And then everyone then has to fall all over themselves when Nole is not winning easily. And it seems like he's doing that too. Like, he's annoyed when people are holding serves. I'm like, dude,
He's
plays
pissed.
tennis too.
He doesn't understand.
Right.
Like, why isn't it working?
Like,
This is what I mean. Like I think Andre, you and I talked about it, and I mentioned it to Janine. Is that I believed it, and mostly he believes that he's in control of every single point.
yeah.
That
Well, of
every
course
single
he believes that. I mean, that's the mindset of a champion.
No, not the way in which I think this is. I think you have to find words to sort of like describe
Novak
it.
takes it to another level.
He
He
takes it to
believes
another
that
level.
he controls your errors, he controls your winners.
No,
Exactly.
that's true. Yeah,
You know,
he does.
That the points that he loses are points that he had deliberately
He
lose.
lost. Like, I'm deliberately losing this.
because
or
I mean,
I'm deliberately checking back into this match, like the Bellucci match. Like nobody can tell what happened that first
Man,
time.
exactly.
But
I
he
wish
was
I would have
like,
got to see
And
that
I mean,
shit.
let's be honest here.
he wasn't beating.
Nadal had 5 set points in the second set.
Yeah.
5.
You know
He
what? The
didn't
biggest
convert any.
takeaway. Here's the biggest takeaway. Bellucci bageled Novak. Andy beat him in straight sets. Did Key get a set?
Yes, he
K
did.
get a
No.
set.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
K got a
got a
set.
set. But Rafa? What? But yet,
But you know what though?
Rafa. But no, Rafa's back.
I know, but
That's
you know
the
the
thing.
thing about it is though, the weird thing about Nole, and I guess this is also the thing because you realize that Rafa and Novak have played the most ever of all of the pairings, and
Right.
the reality is that Nole basically practices for Rafa. He's dialed in for
I'm
Rafa,
telling
so
you.
I
that's
feel
why
like
Rafa
The
is
line
not
might
winning
not
a
look,
game.
the
You know
head
what I
to head
mean?
might look the same,
I
but I'm
feel like
telling you,
he
Nola is
goes.
looking at Rafa like how Serena looks at Maria. Like,
Yes,
bitch,
that's what I
That's
think.
what
That's
he
never
exactly
wants.
what I think.
beating me
Like,
again.
I am not going to relax when it comes to you. Like
No.
you know damn well he walked into that Bellucci match thinking this is going to be cake.
Yeah,
And he got
probably.
surprised. He's not walking into a match like that with Rafa ever. So
He's never
I
wants to
think
lose to him. He
yeah.
never wants to lose to him. And you know
He,
what? And also, he never wants to lose to any of the young up and comers that are potential threats or anyone that has beaten him before. So I think it was very
True.
important for him to beat Kay. Like, because realistically, if you think about it, the match that should have really irritated him was the one last night, not the one today, because Murray didn't bring anything new. Even though he won in straight sets, you can't tell me that Murray brought anything
No,
new to the
he
table
didn't.
today. So you should, I mean, the battle between he and Kay was somewhat better than the one that we saw today, even though Kay ended up
Because
on the losing end
Yeah,
of it. It was
Kay playing
weird.
that sleeper tennis, right? But it's just all of a sudden it look like he's struggling from end to end, and all the Kay just lines up for back and just like, what the fuck did this shot come from? I
right?
mean,
And Kay
I
could have
think
won that tiebreak. If Kay hadn't made his own silly errors, that
He was
right,
tiebreak.
exactly.
You know what? I'm sticking with what I have said. I try to get behind him, and it just pisses me off every time
Telling you.
because
Well, because
I
you
want to
see,
put him
you-
and Petra on a bus together.
Nope, not my money anymore. Not my money. I'll
No,
beg Andreen for a ride every now and again.
that's
Like,
okay.
Andreen,
I still
can I
like
sit in
Kay.
your lap on the K bandwagon? Because I would really like to see K do well. Because he's
I,
young.
I would
so
like to
does
see.
everyone.
I'm tired
I
of
think
waiting.
he's dynamic, and I would love to see more Asians in the game. And I think he's bound to really explode the Asian market. Lena, it's funny and exciting, but like she left, and
She ain't
she
play no
can't
more.
do.
So what are you gonna do?
Exactly. She can't bring the kind of
Well,
energy that Kay brings.
I
Kay
mean,
brings an obsessive kind of fan. They're
I
like
mean, and he's
crazy.
exciting. I mean, watching
Yes.
Kate you live and die by those points. So he's exciting just to watch. But yeah, I mean, I understand Janina's frustration. But it's so funny. I mean, this is the best clay court season that Kay has had in a while, aside from the Madrid year, right? Because he's had to withdraw quite a few times from tournaments.
Right. I think he was
And
really,
this is
really,
very,
really pissed in my Barcelona. He was
well,
pissed
yeah,
and when he
yeah.
called for that medical timeout, I'm like, here we fucking go.
But yet he still
I
had
have
it
to
in him.
I have to
My
say though. I have
God.
to say that. I haven't seen the train out very often this clay court season. I haven't.
No,
And
he's been pretty good about it. Like
pretty good. I'm telling you.
It's
pretty
just
respectable. And I have to say that Murray came into of course we were all chuckling. Murray came into the tournament sort of having switched places with Federer, but now I feel fairly comfortable in saying that Murray's really a true number two given this year and his performance. That's hats off to you, Murray. You've gotten
Yeah.
to finals. You've gotten your first 1,000.
I'm telling you. Murray
He's
has a
the
Rome
true
title
number
and
two.
Federer doesn't. I mean, what the fuck
Shut
is that?
it.
But
I mean,
what's so funny about that?
it's crazy.
But think about it. Stan has a Monte Carlo title. I mean,
And
one of the
Federer
things,
doesn't.
yeah, one of the things that you're starting to see on the tour is that it's just all about timing now. You're not playing the same monster all the time like it was
Right.
during Rafa and Fed's time. You know what I mean? So it's like if something goes awry, you can slip on in here and grab a Monte Carlo. You can slip on in here and grab a
And
Madrid.
also in
And the levels aren't the same. I mean, God damn it, Murray was not beating Rafa at his peak.
well, I would
So-
also say that back in the day when Federer was, at his
Interesting.
full strength, whatever, the clay was playing differently, like real clay, and you had real clay court players. I'm telling you. I mean, Argentinians, but they were on
Yeah.
steroids, some of them, and Spanish
Oh
boys
my
would be
gosh.
down there and they will
Let's call a
grind
spade a
your ass.
spade.
They
Call a
will be
spade a
willing
spade.
to grind you out there. I mean,
Yeah,
look, I
these
got to
people are playing. These people are playing hardcore tennis on clay. This is what we
right.
Yeah,
got.
So
they are.
exactly. So it was completely different. You had to,
It's a different
So
mindset.
and Masters used to be best of five in the final,
Yes.
and so
I mean,
a
let's
motherfucker
look
can't
forward.
roll up and win three straight majors. It just ain't Masters. It just ain't happening. Okay, like you might win. It's not uncommon to win one and then lose the second round. The
And then
next
win the
week,
third, right?
you
Because then
know
you didn't have to come back from a 5-set final. So I
exactly.
Yeah.
mean, the logistics of that is definitely clear. But that also, I think the other thing to note. So Janina has been pretty clear all along that she's questioning whether Rafa's really back. And when the draw comes out next week, we can talk about that. And then let's also talk about Stan. We'll see if he defends his title. That'll be fun because he certainly didn't make up any points here.
Right?
Um,
And
But
and
he
this
what
is what
lost in
Stan does.
Geneva when he signed up for Geneva this week again, right?
yeah, and what do
I
we
don't
think?
know.
I mean, what do we think about Federer? We saw a glimpse of him
Well,
this week.
his match against Zverev,
Yeah,
I was pleasantly surprised.
yeah,
And he played well, and I expected him to lose because we knew that he was dealing with some injury, and he's a hot young player, and he's been doing some things. And he played really well, so I expected him to play better against Dominic.
mhm,
But then you could see, because in his first match, I didn't feel like you were watching a struggling Federer. He seemed to be
no,
hitting the ball
No,
well.
not at
He
all.
was
yeah,
moving well, and I thought, okay, good. He was obviously struggling against teams, so that was a little bit frustrating.
And team was obviously struggling against Federer. I was
He
like,
was,
girl,
he
like
was.
this
So
is like a present, okay? Take
it
it, but
was, yeah, it was just kind of, it's frustrating because we've been spoiled by having an uninjured Federer for so long. We don't really know how to deal with this, and for him to basically openly talk about, I might not play Paris, is just weird. It's just weird.
Have you ever
and what?
seen Blues Brothers?
Yeah,
Uh, well, they were traveling around in the car all of them, and at the very end, the car get out of the car just like breaks down dramatically. Just like, everything.
I
So
know.
maybe this is what happened with Federer, right? Like,
I
he
know
lost
he's
and
been so stalwart all
the
these years,
decline
and
is
then it all
coming so quick.
quick.
Like he's
Yeah.
finally like it's like one morning he wake up, he's like, I'm 34 years old.
The
His body's
body's
like,
like, crap.
bitch, yes, you are. Okay,
Yeah, you're gonna
get
feel
it
every
together.
minute of it
Like
today, right
no,
now.
you've
Yeah,
been doing
so
this. You've been doing this shit since you were like what 5? So
I mean, he clearly said this wasn't a tournament that he was looking to win. It was a tournament that he was looking to gain information about his body, where his game is, blah, blah, blah. We know that he isn't going to go into a major with that same mindset. He's going to play, I think, if he is 100% or real damn close.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see an injured Federer who has to make a decision, an hour before match time as to whether or not he's going to play. That Federer will not even play. He won't.
At a slam.
He'll
I don't
withdraw
think he's
at a
gonna get a
slam.
slam.
We're not going to
I
see
tell
that.
you who is looking forward to a Federer withdrawal. Steve Vidal. No tea, no
He
shade.
is.
He wants
Maybe
that number
maybe
He
4
wants
Fed.
spot.
bumped up. That's right. He wants
He
bumped
wants
up
to
in the
bump up
rankings.
because I'm
So
telling you, Nadal, if you find your way in the way of Joker, girl, you are not making it out alive. You've been
I
another
don't mind
quarterfinal.
it though. I don't mind it. I mean, because basically, what you want to avoid is you want to avoid a Rome draw, where the top guys or the guys that most likely are all on the same side. I mean,
yeah, I
and
don't
then
want
I
and then
want that. You know
and then
why?
no, because
Because
I
you know
don't want
what?
Murray sliding into that final again.
Oh,
Come
I
on,
was hoping.
Murray slid into this final this week with barely
I'm
any competition.
Well, yeah,
But you know
because
what?
everybody was on the other side. I really hope for a balanced draw.
Well, but you know
Yeah,
what?
I
But you know
need
what?
balance.
Somebody
I
might
need
try to.
balance.
Somebody be like, you know what? You're the weakest link up in the top, in the
Oh
big
shit.
four, whatever you want to talk about.
Who's
He's
the
not
weakest link?
Murray.
You know
Oh,
what?
He's not though. He's
I'll
not.
be
He's not the
honest.
weakest link. He's
I
not
mean,
the weakest link right
obviously
now.
we're gonna talk about this
Yeah.
Friday, but I'm not counting Stan out because that motherfucker seems to come out of the shadows and win some shit every once in a while.
Yeah,
So I'm ready
listen,
for it.
every year he wins a major. So
but
I'm
listen,
ready.
no, I don't think you're. I think you're totally right because realistically, Stan cannot perform over many weeks.
No.
he's
But
horrible.
but he certainly can show up for 2 weeks
I'm
solid. So
telling
that's
you.
Yep.
he's that
It's
kind of
proven.
boyfriend. He's like that kind of boyfriend. You won't get him much for a year,
Yeah, but
but
when
two
he
weeks.
comes off a show
Um,
leave, he'll be in
you
it
hear that?
all week
Yes,
long.
you hear it.
It's
Two
time to
weeks.
move
I
Anyway,
on.
think. 2 weeks.
Moving
anyway,
But
on.
moving on.
moving
Yes.
on to the news. Let's just quick roll up the news about Novak and how Novak was treated and whether.
Yeah, quick news.
Well,
Novak. Novak is a white male who has experienced white privilege very much
no,
so in Rome. Bottom line, that's why he got away with the shit that he gets away with. That's why he can talk to umpires the way that he talks to them. That's why he can actually take an umpire's hand and aggressively push it away when you're not allowed to touch an umpire. That's why he can slam rackets that go into the crowd and not get in trouble. And that's why he can fuck with ball kids, because he's a white man. And that's what white men get away with.
Janina.
Remy, I hope that sums it up for you.
Why does Nole get a pass? And also, Nole gets a pass because as a white male, he's deemed unthreatening, completely unthreatening. So it's
Which is weird.
It is really
Because
weird. But it's
he
just him
not-
going off steam. It's like
not-
he's the heat of the moment and all of that. Because if it was, because the other thing, some people say, well, if it's a woman, but we have to be very clear that this is a white male terrain, because if it was a brown or a black male, that person would be deemed threatening.
It would
Those
have
actions
been
would be
Kyrgios.
perceived
No.
threat.
If Nick Kyrgios would have put his hands on Carlos Bernardes and
He would have
pushed
been
it away, I guarantee you security would have been on that fucking court.
True. I do not doubt that. As a matter of fact, even if Carlos didn't make an issue about it, security would have been called. A tournament umpire would have come out. It would have come out.
It's
Because,
a perceived threat, though, right?
It's
It's
but you know
perception
what?
of the threat.
This is the thing, though. People are like, oh, why is he acting like this? This isn't typical. Yes, it is. Where have you been? This is
pretty much
extremely
yeah.
typical. And I think, I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second here. If Roger Federer acted like that, I think that people would be more willing to accept the fact that he was maybe just blowing off steam, right?
Yeah.
But this is a pattern for Novak. And you said, Andreen, that he's non-threatening. I think he's very threatening.
Well, no.
Well,
Listen,
the perceived threat that like as a white man in that situation.
Yeah,
But
right.
I don't
Then
think he
I
falls
see
into
this
that.
threatening.
No,
Yeah, but I
because-
don't think he falls into that because I don't understand why people don't realize that he does this all the time.
Well, no. In reality, he is a real threat. There is no doubt
but their
about that.
perception
But the
of it-
perception
He has an anger
of his,
problem.
the perception of his behavior isn't going to be. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, it's because in
No, I
fact,
get
no
it.
one, because no one really addressed the issue in the press conference. The commentator certainly didn't really talk about it at all when it happened. In fact, because what I found surprising, well, initially when I saw it, I think I mentioned it to you, I didn't even, I was just like, okay, this isn't okay. But then I was like, more concerned with, like, Carlos, girl, you're trying to pick up for Diva now. Like, there's no way you could have seen that ball was in. Like, because that ball was, like, more,
No,
well,
it was. No, but,
but I guess
it was in his line of sight, though.
But who the fuck is Novak
But
to
the issue,
push the umpire out of the way and tell him, don't touch the mark? Who the
that was
fuck
the
is
thing that
he?
bothers me the most, because umpires never touch the mark. They
No,
never
he
do.
He was just pointing to it. But you know what was
Exactly.
interesting? What was interesting was to note Nole's attitude towards the umpire, because it's this idea that you think you're the boss when the reality is I'm the boss.
I am the boss.
And
I'm
he
the
actually
boss.
said that.
But it's, you could tell because it was the sarcastic thumb up and the, oh, you think you're a boss today kind of words. Which,
Yeah.
listen, I'm not one of those people that needs my player to be classy. I just want you to be consistent about class, because when people of color do things like this in sports, we want them to be punished. We want them to be strung up. We call them all sorts of names. And
We mentioned the fact that they're not.
yeah.
We mentioned the fact that children are watching.
Yeah,
that
all
they're
of
not
those
role
things.
models. and that this is
Yes.
assault, the
Yes.
question become, is this contact really assault?
Yes.
People start
All of
breaking
that.
down the actual moment. But
All
in
of
fact,
that.
that become like, everyone, to me, this is like really, really, really bugs me, because when you start making these kind of allowances for someone like Nole, it's what's going to happen is that this is going to escalate, right? And then what's going to really piss me off is that the umpires are going to be the victims, and then they're going to have to apologize. They're
Well,
going to make it
it
in.
has nothing to even do. I
No,
mean, for me, it's not even about that. For me, it's a question of we've already gotten players coming on tour saying that the top guys are getting a pass. So if you are actually going to see this on a public space and you're not going to publicly say something and call out this top player when he does it, then they have a right to bitch and moan about the top 5 guys getting preferential treatment. Because no young player would be able to get away with that kind of behavior. Touching an umpire? Absolutely not.
and it wasn't even
Throwing
like
a
it was a.
racket into the stand? Absolutely not.
And
But
Yeah.
meanwhile,
we're
and let's not
giving
forget,
Nole
let's not
a
forget in
pass.
Madrid.
Wait up, we're giving Nole a pass for Paris. Everybody's like, oh, poor Nole. He really needs to rest. He's really thinking about Roland Garros. Guess what, people? It's a fucking slam. It's not the end of the world. If he doesn't win it next
It
year,
happens
he can
again
get it
next year.
next year. It's
Next
not.
year.
But there's like so much compassion for Nole and his stress. And I'm thinking to myself, he's not performing surgery. What is
Right?
he's
Well,
comfortably in the lead. He doesn't have a chance of dipping out of the lead in the
Never.
ranks.
Not in any time this year. He doesn't even have to play for the rest of the year, and the fucker's still #1.
I mean,
but you
so
know
it was
what?
just weird. So
I tell you what, but I always think that, but this is about tennis, and let me be fair here, because reels is, let's not forget, like several weeks ago, Murray hit a ball towards an umpire on purpose.
yeah.
So this is not like any sort of
They're
like,
but this is who they are though. This is who this
but
troop
this
of
is,
boys are. This is who
and
they are. Listen, they throw temper tantrums. And they're allowed to do it because again, they are non-threatening white men who are allowed to perform and behave badly on court and get a pass because apparently they can't handle their stress. And as long as they smile afterwards and with a cheeky grin say, "Aw,
and win.
shucks." Aw, shucks. No, because Andy didn't win any after those times. Aw, shucks. They'll get a pass. Murray has been getting a pass for years for that behavior, and
Yep.
Nole is simply the next one that's getting a pass as well.
And
So that's
meanwhile,
just what it is.
and in Rome all week long, did I see a whole bunch of children in the front row clapping and carrying on
Listen,
about
they
the
don't
good
care.
tennis, the good tennis that they see.
They
And
don't
I
care.
have to say, and you know what pisses me off the most about this whole situation is that when Murray did that shit, and Davis was just like, I know what you did. Murray tried to act like if the man was crazy and trying to pretend he took no responsibility for his action.
None of them
And
have
Nole
though.
did the same thing.
And
He
he
was like in the
won't.
press conference, it's like, oh, he was trying to touch the mark. I just didn't want. They never touched the fucking mark, and even if a finger go on the fucking dirt, we can tell it's a finger.
Or
We can
also
tell it's a
just
fucking
say, you
finger.
know what? Just
It's why you come
apologize.
down and check the mark. No, you can see where. I was just like,
But see, my
seriously?
thing is just apologize. At the end of the day,
Exactly.
heat of the moment got to you. I'm always about that. I get heat of the moment. I also get heat of the moment when it happens to brown and black people too. So I get it. But what I'm saying is that, and it's not quote unquote, I know somebody tweeted this, it's not quote unquote honest and revealing that Novak is acting like an asshole on court. That's not honest or anything.
No.
There's a way that you conduct yourself in a professional manner because these are your colleagues. The umpire is your colleague as well. You're all working together. So it's not okay because that's not real. I mean, it was like when I saw a lot of the defending, I was like, wait, did Donald Trump invade tennis? Suddenly is he really being real? Is this what we call being real? It's like,
It's just like, and you know what?
okay.
Even more offensive is the fact that these umpires get paid shit money and have to go deal with this motherfucker 100 millionaire
I know.
millionaire asshole over some fucking mark, and he's gonna fucking win the match anyway. Like, if D Vidal is gonna ever beat Nole, and like this one fucking
I don't
point.
even care.
Meanwhile,
I
Nole,
don't-
D
yeah.
Vidal, this is like the greatest one for D Vidal, and you're just be like, look, I want to fucking crush you anyway, bitch.
Well, I
You
didn't.
know,
I didn't.
it's just like, God.
Listen, let's just admit that there are men behaving badly, and tennis, you're letting these boys get away with it because they're white men, and you think that you need them because they're obviously at the top of the game right now, and so you need to give them a pass. But I'm just gonna let you know that it's racist as hell, and we see it. We all called it out. And we also recognize that a woman could not have gotten away with it, and certainly not a person of color
Ooh.
would have
A
gotten away
woman
with
can't
that.
even mention it. Y'all crazy motherfucking know the fam. Get the fuck out. The fuck y'all
Wow.
got us a Nicole game. She's
So-
absolutely right.
Oh,
Y'all are crazy.
Well, let's move.
all right.
Anyway.
Let's.
So in other news this week,
Yep.
Yes.
we now know that this coming up Wednesday, we will have a hearing in London about Miss Maria Sharapova.
Isn't it the 18th? Is it tomorrow?
I think
Oh
no.
no. Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
it's
You're
midweek.
right. You're right, Janina. I don't know.
I
midweek.
know. I know I am.
Midweek.
All right. You know.
It's the hearing, the ITF hearing, right?
Yes, it's going to be on Wednesday.
Wednesday the 18th.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I guess that'd be the process. Since she's already submitted documents, they're going to be
Yes.
questioning the documents as to she submitted, and she's going to answer questions, et cetera, et cetera. So, but
And
I
she
don't
has a
think
famous doper's lawyer, right? All the
Oh, does she?
all the dopers who've been caught in the past have had the same lawyer, right? Isn't it Marion Jones's lawyer?
No, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. That's interesting.
she got
No,
Saul. She got
yes,
Saul.
I
She called him
believe
Saul?
I believe that she has a lawyer that has is quite familiar with dealing with these doping issues. I've read,
Interesting.
maybe I'm gonna have to double check my reading, but I read that it was the same lawyer that defended Marion Jones and several other known dopers. So,
She went to jail. Okay.
well, you gotta listen, you gotta know the terrain, though, right? You gotta know the terrain. I mean,
And
Janina
she had to
knows.
give back all her medals, even though she had passed the statute of limitation.
Well,
Because
given
Carl
what we
Lewis
know,
hasn't ever given back his.
well, given what we know about doping in Russia, which based on the New York Times article
Oh,
this
good
past
Jesus.
week,
Oh, God.
I mean, she has a lot to work with. I mean,
Oh, good God.
Do you
I
think
mean-
what do you mean when you say she has a lot to work with, or should we
Well-
recap the article real quick?
I think essentially the article established that most of the medals won by the Russians at the Sochi Olympics were pretty much stolen. That essentially doping,
Literally.
yeah, they literally were sort of feeding in better. I mean, everyone was pissing dirty and then trading dirty urine for clean urine so that the Russian athletes
Yes.
could pass
So the
Yeah.
Russian athletes so this is what I'm saying. These athletes had to know they were doping. Some of them can claim ignorance, but some of them cannot.
No, they did know.
No, they know because
Because
they had to willingly pee in the cups and pass it through a little
Before
thing.
they took the supplement, before they
Yeah.
took
No,
whatever.
this is what
Yeah.
they did. This is what they did. The athletes gave clean samples, then they started doping. When doping control took their sample, the athlete secretly took a picture and would send it the number on the doping control papers, because remember that it's anonymous. There's never
Yeah.
a name on the bottle. It's always a number, and then that number is associated with an athlete, and that's what's supposed to be top fucking secret. And the athletes would take a picture of their number and text it to somebody so that when that came back dirty,
It would
or
be fixed.
it would be fixed. Now, even worse than that,
They ran a shadow lab essentially.
Oh,
they ran a shadow lab.
Hmm.
If an athlete during the Olympics, the 2014 Winter Olympics, if an athlete wins a medal, they're automatically tested.
Yes,
So-
first, second, third, and fourth, and fifth are tested. Yes.
So, these athletes are winning medals, and then they've got these people behind the scenes working in a shadow lab, literally with one lamp light, so that they can't fucking
Yeah,
be
more.
noticed, passing samples through a goddamn hole in a wall.
It's
And
great.
somehow they even managed to figure out the so-called tamper-proof bottles.
I love it though. I think it's all
it's
great.
wild. It's like a fucking movie.
I hope it's a movie. I hope somebody's buying the rights right now.
No, it's already happening. It's already in the works. There's a documentary coming out this September.
I want it to be made into a movie, and this is the only time I'd go see Jennifer Lawrence doped up in a movie. So
Oh my God. You
that I'm
guys,
okay
it's
with
wild. It is
Oh my
wild. And
God.
the person who has decided to speak out has come to America because he fears for his life. I mean, this article details
Meanwhile, two of his colleagues
that
have been killed.
two of them have
Well,
Have died under
officially
mysterious
they're
circumstances.
died. But I
so
mean, this
to
is
bring
it's
this
come from the government, and
so bringing this back to tennis and Maria, I think this creates a really dodgy landscape for her to
me
make a
too.
case for herself. You know, before it was starting to look like with the meldonium thing that it was going to be better for her. You know that
It's
so
not looking good, girl.
Well,
but now
right.
when you see that it's also labs and it's also other, I mean, it just makes it all very
Well,
muddy
to
and
Listen,
I'm really
I'm just
unclear.
thinking. I just think WADA wanted to avoid this whole messy thing and decide, you know what, meldonium will be the key, and meldonium is the one common factor amongst everyone. That no matter whatever other extra doping that they're using, doping substance they're using, they are using meldonia. And I think they didn't imagine it. Plus, again, you keep to mention that everyone in Melbourne were tested. Everyone
No,
was tested, sorry.
but what I'm talking about is the culture. I'm not talking about the
Right.
meldonium
no,
thing.
So
yeah,
yeah,
The
she's
culture.
definitely part of
Yeah.
the culture. Yeah. And
It's
then despite
now it just looks ugly. It's suddenly
I
like,
mean,
you
this
know, it's
doctor that
bad.
was the head of the lab, who basically orchestrated and created this state-sponsored doping program. I mean, he said, it was thousands of samples that were
oh,
changed. And
That's
he
bad.
literally said the people that got caught didn't follow his program appropriately, and that's why they fucking got caught. I am
But
serious. And when that Elena Lashmanova, whoever the race walker lady got busted, the only reason that they didn't protect her is because they needed basically
a fall
a
person.
sacrificial lamb so that they didn't investigate the lab further. He said if we make this go away, it is going to make the whole program crumble. I
Mm.
mean, this is so deep and nasty and ugly. If y'all haven't read this, he says these athletes are like small children and they'll put anything you give them in their mouths. That's what he
Sad.
said about these Russian athletes. So
well,
Maria, I think you're fucked, girl.
Well, you know what? We'll find out
as a
about
matter of
it.
fact,
We'll find
I
out
really
about
think
it the
Russia
closer
should be
it
banned
gets
from the
to.
Olympics.
Well, I think that's being explored now, isn't it?
It is
There are
being explored.
lots of. But I
Yeah.
think at the end of the day, maybe the Russians don't have to worry about whether Maria can play the Olympics. Maybe nobody will be able to play it from Russia.
Mm.
So and
And
I think
meanwhile, again,
we'll
will
get
there be
closer
an
to.
Olympics? I keep saying that.
This is not an Olympic podcast. We can't get into that.
Right.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
But I mean, we should know more. Apparently, the way the timeline seems to be going is that we should have an answer, at least some approximation of what's going to happen to Maria by the time Wimbledon comes around. It should. We should have clearer news. And I also think, and somebody else said this to us, right? That by the time Wimbledon comes around, we're pretty certain that someone's that BBC's and Daily Beast is going to drop another bomb of some sort.
Right.
Is it Daily Beast? Huffington Post, isn't it?
No,
It's
it's a
coming.
Huffington Post. It
Is
wasn't
it?
Huffington
BuzzFeed.
Post.
BuzzFeed.
Sorry,
It's
BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed.
Yes.
Sorry, Daily Beast and
Sorry.
HuffPost.
Well, Daily Beast. You should get on it.
Expose some of the evidence.
Oh,
Some of
you
the
bitch.
evidence. You know what, Daily Beast? Why don't you deal with your homeboy Nole?
No, but honest to goodness, though, as we sort of wrap up Rome, wasn't it sort of strange that Rome, which was such a huge feature of the of the BuzzFeed article, didn't come up at all. It was like a pin drop. None of that came up this week at all. Like you're in Rome.
Yeah.
Anybody talk to the prosecutor who was trying to get records from the
Mm-mm.
panel? Oh, okay.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Rain delays kept people inside, And the journalists ain't got time for that.
Well, I mean, it was interesting that none of that sort of penetrated the Rome tournament. It was sort of
Right?
like
It should have.
silence.
It should have.
because
It absolutely should have. That's
I
where it all
mean,
started, right?
Yeah.
Well,
That's,
well,
Somebody should have been
meanwhile-
talking to that mama.
I know
Well,
that.
I tell you what, other thing too. But you know who is in Rome too? That mafioso. So they say like, no,
They said shut the fuck up.
silencios.
Well, no,
Exactly.
what I wanted to know was who is the horse. I still am waiting to find out who is the horse. And not the other horse. I mean the other horse that was playing.
I have an idea, and I think that we saw him perform this week, but that's
I
all
think
I'll say.
I think we all did
Look,
too.
look.
So,
People getting sued out here. Okay, look. I ain't
I
got
didn't
no
say
we
anything.
we
Hey,
didn't say.
There is
We
no
didn't
way.
say.
Let's talk about why we're really here this
We
week,
Nobody's
didn't
right?
trying to
say.
come for my little coffers that I have.
Ain't nobody
Yeah.
coming for you, bro.
So you know what? So Rome was fabulous. Rome was great, and we are happy that we went there. And now we just are
Yes,
happy to leave.
congratulations, Serena and Andy. Happy birthday, Andy, apparently.
And
But
Santina and the Bryan brothers,
yes.
who
This
like
is
came back
dominant.
from the dead.
Yes.
apparently. So,
Alrighty then.
So that's the tennis, that's the news, and now you get to hear the good stuff.
yes, the
We're
It's
good
about to
old
be a
Dodgy.
hot
stuff.
mess. I just know it.
I'm telling you, it ain't
Dodgy.
Reel's tennis podcast. We are all about the unconventional, the shady, and we're all about judges. We're all about, and we love lists. We just love lists.
We love
That's how you report now. So I think we're doing really well with our listicles.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're clickbait now.
Yes.
Click
Clickbait
and
right
you will
now.
find out what's the top 6 ladies is all for us.
Yes, we've got our 2016 edition of our top 6 ladies.
Belly, where's the girls at?
Where the girls at?
Hey, ladies. Yeah, so, well, as always, this is kind of a struggle for us.
Let's be honest. We really struggled this year.
I mean, yeah, because, first of all, reels don't swim in the ladies' ponds. It just I don't know what to do when I get to the show. And, I try to be a good man, and stick with my men's and, be faithful to them. So it was kind of a struggle trying to say, there's some ladies that I like, but in that kind of way. So it struggles. I don't know how it worked for you ladies.
I struggled. I struggled big time. Last year, I don't feel like I struggled like this at all.
Yeah, you were greedy last year, if I remember correctly.
And I mean, I don't know. It was rough. Andreen?
You're kind of silent.
Honey, I decided to just come with a whole different mentality. I was just like, well, let's just say who. I don't know. I couldn't think of it. I mean, nothing was really doing it for me. But you know what I decided to do? I decided to go to a positive mental space and said, okay, which of these ladies seem like they'd be a riot? That's how I had to do it.
When you say riot, qualify the word riot. Like a no-lay riot? Is that what we're talking about?
No, nobody's gonna get hurt.
Fun with.
Okay.
Nobody's hurt. You know what? Somebody who like I can hang with for like a week in Paris, and I would not be unhappy about it. So that's how I had to frame it in my mind. I couldn't say who I was like really hot for because that didn't work for me this time around. But when I was like, no, it just couldn't.
Because Murphy's playing well again. That's why.
I know. Sorry, I was like completely distracted by the men, and I couldn't even get it going for the ladies.
Remember Sandra was on that list last year?
I know. So
trying to be a good girl this year.
I know. And you know what? Part of it also is I have to say, I'm getting less interesting coverage about the women. So like this year with the men, when we did it right, Murray made our list, blah blah blah. There was so many storylines around cool guys.
Yeah.
This time around, the storyline.
True. I have to say.
Yeah, right. There were storylines.
It was hard to find out who you wanted to even talk about.
Yeah, because the stories
who's
have
playing
to be,
right now.
Yeah, I couldn't find. I didn't find them as compelling. I'm not saying that the ladies are not compelling. I'm sure they are.
Yeah,
but what
ain't
I'm
nobody
saying
checking
is,
for Laura Chirico.
but you know what it is. My only access to them is their news and what they put out there, and I just haven't found the news to be that scintillating. So instead, I just did it in the spirit of if I was in college and I thought I was going to go to Paris for a week.
Okay.
Who would I hang with and have a blast? So that's like the best way to go.
Janina, what was your thought process?
I just, you know what? I wasn't getting hot for anybody other than my love, Svetlana. Nobody was doing it for me. Nobody.
You can't find
And
Franny anywhere, right?
I can't find my Franny. Like, it just wasn't working. So I took a completely different approach. And my top 6 this year are those that I love to hate.
Oh, love it! That's good. You needed to have told us that because I could have gotten right quick.
And here, I thought I'm gonna come up with the shadiest list ever. No, Kato Kalen at that house. Good job. So
Okay,
my
so
thought process was that,
oh Lord.
the top 6 ladies I think could do with a good Judy, a
Ah.
good gay male best friend.
All right.
They
So
need,
I think
they
since
need
our
a little
lists,
homosexuality in their life.
Oh
And
Lord.
I think since our lists are so different this year, we should just go through them on our own.
Yeah.
okay, okay. So,
Who wants to go first?
I need to know who you love to hate, girl.
Okay. Oh man, I am.
I should go last. Though. I should go last. 'Cause I think that's
You
gonna
want? I'll
start.
go. I can go last. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
that's
go.
gonna start the pot. Okay,
Grills, you start.
Okay, all right.
Who needs a good Judy?
Who needs a good Judy? First and foremost, my number 6 who needs a good Judy is the number 1 lady, Serena Williams. I know she got a gaggle of, homosexuality and
Cackle.
I know there are some people in her corner, and I think that guy, I don't know his name, he just came out of the closet. Girl, you weren't fooling anybody.
Colton?
The guy on who?
Colton? Was that his name?
Who you weren't fooling me on that
So embrace him.
werewolf show.
So
Whatever.
embrace him.
Yes. So you know
All
what?
right.
Anyway, I just think Serena needs a good gay male friend who's gonna sit there, not hold chip. I ain't for the holding dog bullshit.
Oh, so
not my
really, what
role.
you're saying is you are the good gay male friend.
Yeah, of course. We
Yes,
can't be
yes,
talking
okay.
about anybody else. But Serena needs someone to be like, girl, that weave, no. That
Eyebrows, no.
No. Some of those dresses, no, girl. Let's remember, we're a thick sauce girl, okay, and we got body, and we can show it off. Like, I like some of the Sports Illustrated cover, giving me life, but I mean, let's be serious. Some of that shit, no.
Hey, fair enough. Who's your
So
number
the
5?
weave, we gotta get the weave together.
Yeah, we
So
do.
definitely gotta be-
Somebody help her.
Yes. So I'm here. Reels is here for you, Serena. Just give me a call. My Twitter.
Get to 5.
Number 5, Victoria Azarenka.
I know, at least I didn't say shut it. At least I didn't say shut it real.
My number 5 pick is Victoria Azarenka. Because somebody gotta tell her. And actually, she needs a black gay male friend. This is one person who needs a black gay male best friend. Because that gotta go. Somebody gotta tell this girl, like, girl, I know you're trying to be, black or whatever I need inside. That's all fine.
No,
Appreciate the
she's
black
just
culture.
urban. She's just urban.
Just we understand all that, but just some things, no, we can't do that. And God, somebody gotta help this homegirl with her fashion. Oh, it is just atrocious. She's a beautiful girl, amazing body. You know what I mean? Like, though she's not always tennis fit. Like she's in very good shape. Well, her back is all issues, whatever. But she's gonna show up at that Wimbledon party in some ugly skirt, some mismatched blouse, and some pull-out ankle strap boots. God, no, I cannot.
Oh, shit.
Cannot.
All right.
Anyway,
Mika,
my number
get it
4
together.
pick. Number 4 pick is my good girl, Sloane Stevens. I know Serena Stans hate her, but you know why? Sloane is very pretty, but somebody gotta tell her where waistline is. Just somebody gotta point it out, because apparently she don't even know.
Uh-oh.
So, she's trying to give me that urban flavor, but girl, that ain't for you. But we don't have to go preppy, so we can meet you in the middle somewhere. You know what I mean? I don't have to, and I'm gonna sit her and Serena down so Serena could give us some tips about what to wear sometimes, and she could help this up Serena with the weave game, because Sloane is always on point with the weave. My number 3 pick, this is a very, very serious case, Gabina Muguruza. Oh my God. Oh
She
my
needs a lot of
God.
help.
She could have been number 1, but I mean, like, no. God, she be wearing that jean suit she wear, I think, in
Oh man, that was
was it
bad,
in
wasn't it?
Singapore?
God,
I
that
like
was
Istanbul.
it.
so.
Oh
She's
my
trapped.
You
She's
God.
liked
trapped.
it.
No. I like that whole thing that she does. She's like trapped in the '70s permanently.
Oh
So,
my, did you see what she wore this week? Oh my God, she was wearing like a plastic bag with holes in it.
Oh
I mean,
shit.
it's like, oh my God, Stella McCartney.
oh my
Look, you should be
goodness,
managing your daddy career, not a fashion house. Okay, Stella, leave fashion alone and leave Gabinia alone. Oh my God. Gabinia always wearing some ugly, oh my God, and she's always wearing cream colored socks. Like, girl, it look like bandages. Oh God. Like, oh
oh
no. So
no.
Gabina is my number three. Now my
Oh,
number two, you don't really see her often, but when you do, you can't miss her. It's that German Annalena Friedsam. Oh
Oh
God,
dear.
that Patty Schneider daughter. Oh my God, every time I see Annalena, I just wanna be like, give me a comb, people, give me a brush, give me some water. Okay, that hair looks dry as the Sahara Desert.
oh
It's frizzy like
no.
some old teddy bear. Look, no. We need a blow dryer, something. No, oof. We need to cut off those split ends. I'm telling you. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, and my number one pick, I think you all could guess. Would you guess my number one?
Um, no,
Okay, please. Ooh,
I would have wanted it to be Garbine.
Carla Suarez Navarro.
Yes, it is. Yes, ding,
Oh,
ding, ding.
yeah, yeah.
I can't
Ah,
even
she's
tell you
great.
Wow,
nightmares that
yeah.
I still have with those stockings and kitten heels. Oh my
Right?
God.
It's so wrong. So
Oh my
fucking
God.
wrong.
It just crawls my blood. And I definitely need to fix. The first thing I'm gonna do with Carl, I'm gonna, give her a makeover, of course. We're gonna try some light makeup, just some light makeup, some light.
I
And
got you covered. I got you covered, girl.
yes, I'm
Oh,
gonna get
good
you to Judy in
deal.
that light makeup,
Good
and
deal.
we're going to give her grow hair out a little bit. And you remember when Kristen flipped and had that sort of like comb over, not a comb over, but that comb back,
The
gel back
long,
look.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
long.
You
Just
did
we can give
not
her
call it
short
a
hair.
comb over.
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
I'm sorry. Okay, but we're gonna give her like a nice sleek
She
look.
needs some
Okay,
help. She
we're
does
gonna
need
get
some
her some
help.
pants. She cannot be wearing the dresses. No,
Ever.
no.
Ever.
No, we're gonna get you some booty shorts, girl. You definitely can do that.
Oh
Some
no,
booty shorts
no,
and
no.
some tank tops.
Oh
I mean, they're a
God.
little bit the comfort zone, but Carla, you and Rafa can hang. And if you're gonna be hanging with Rafa for mixed doubles coming up in Rio, you cannot. No, 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 no. Are you showing up in Rio looking a hot mess whilst Rio's with your best friend? So
Okay.
we're gonna get you going, Carla. So you're my
Those
number.
were great good Judies. Those are great good Judy bids.
Okay.
Love
So
it.
ladies, are Rio's tennis fans? Just you send me an email too. I'm here for you, lady.
All
Definitely here for you.
right. So my top six are. I think these are just going to be fabulous gals to hang with in Paris, which means
Okay.
that we can either be eating, we could either be shopping, we could be exploring the cities, or we could be trying to pick up dudes. I don't know.
Oh,
So all of it could work out together.
something tells me Donna is on that list.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, I was totally tempted. She was number 7. I was totally gonna call her out. I was like, "How you get those boys to line up in the yard, Donna?" But I was like, "I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it." All right. So my number 6 was definitely starting out with Sloane Stevens. She's cute.
Ooh.
I think we can hang out together. We might be able to try to pick up guys together because Sloane, she comes in with the weave looking fabulous, and then I just sneak on in and get the leftovers. I think it could work out.
That
No,
just
no, I
happened.
can't breathe. I cannot breathe.
I think that can happen. Listen,
Oh, my God.
she's young and nubile. That'll work out just fine for all of us.
And you know what? When the
Um,
troll shows up, she's definitely has that attitude. Be like, no,
no,
back up,
exactly.
Mister. Back up. That's disrespectful. It's so disrespectful.
Oh my God. My number 5 was Aga, simply because I want to
Ooh.
hang out with somebody who has a bitch face. I just think Aga,
Oh, yes, she has a resting bitch face.
we could This is a person we can sit out on the sidewalk drinking tea or having drinks, and she could just talk shit. She just looks like the type of person who could talk shit about people, and I just think that that's a fun way to spend a week.
Yeah, we kind of know that already, didn't we?
I want her to share the news with me. I just think she'd be fabulous. And then my number 4 is Dominika Subakova. I think Dominika Subakova just likes shopping.
Andrine, I'm checking you here. You know the real reason you want to talk to Dominique is you want to push her in the Seine River because she was going out with Monfils. Don't lie. Don't lie.
She's my tips. I'm getting tips from her, and I'm going to find out how it's possible to walk around in outfits that's tighter than one should wear. And if I hang out with
who knew, Janina, that Andrine is the kind of girl would sleep with her best friend, former man?
Oh, no, we ain't best friends. We just hanging out.
Oh, okay. We're acquaintances now. Okay, girl, we weren't best friends. We're just acquaintances. Okay?
We're just acquaintances.
And plus, there's a 7-year rule. You done with him ages ago. He's up for grabs.
Exactly. And number 3, I don't know what it is about her, but she seems like a wild one to me. Barbara Strakova.
Oh, Strakova, yes. I would agree.
She seems like a fun time. So I think that she would be a lot of fun. Every now and then, maybe like she says on her Twitter thing, sometimes she's feeling one way and sometimes she's feeling another. Who knows? I might wake up with somebody completely a totally different person each day. That could be fun.
But a word of warning from Reels there. I'm looking at Barbara and she looked like she might do a Winona Ryder. She might chocolate something just for the feel of it.
Listen. I thought you meant she was going to steal.
Listen. Yeah, exactly. That's what he said. Shoplift.
I thought he said chop somebody out.
No. Shoplift. Oh, no.
Listen, I don't mind.
Ladies. Only men want to kill somebody.
I don't mind. When I was younger, I had sticky fingers, so maybe she can show me how to steal a purse.
Look. Just remember, Andre, you are a woman of color. You're not woman of color space, okay?
I'm putting her up front. And so number two, listen, I don't know where Venus has been staying, but clearly Venus stays in all the nice places. So I'm thinking she's got a nice hotel. She's not paying any space.
She don't rough it. Venus is not rough it.
Venus ain't roughing it. So while I might hang out with the other ones who don't have enough money to stay someplace cool, I'm staying with Venus. And the person I think who could show me a really good time in Paris and make all the things that I've just talked about possible is Kiki Mladenovic.
Oh, she probably live Francais.
Listen, Kiki speaks her mind. She doesn't look like she has a problem turning down a drink. She don't care
something tells me her good Judy Garcia is gonna get you into places that you shouldn't get into. So
exactly. And she doesn't look like she needs to make friends, which means that she might be a fun gossip queen.
Plus, again, give you some insight, 8 tips on office and the French.
You know what? Also, just I have to say, she seems quintessentially French to me. There's something very cool about her to me. All the things
she's from
exactly.
From
yeah, but there's something very cool about her. I love everything about her. I think that she manages to be very sexy and appealing, and the gap tooth thing works.
Without even trying.
Yeah, she just looks effortlessly cool. You just want to she looks good. So I think Kiki is definitely my top number 1.
Ooh,
Kiki good list, Andrew.
Fun, right?
That's a fun list. I'm coming with you.
Sorry, that was
You come with me, right?
Yeah, I'm coming.
I'm only there when y'all picking up boys.
That means we're going to have to go with Sloan. I don't know who picks up Sloan, though. But Sloan might, we have to steer her away from the cornbread. But
oh, my gosh.
Love.
No salt of the earth, guys, Sloan. Come on.
Oh, wow.
No. Jesus. Love it. I know.
All right.
Okay, and the pinnacle.
All right.
Yes.
We're ready.
I'm feeling nervous.
Ooh.
Pressure is on.
I know. What if it's really shitty?
Oh.
Anyways, I had fun making it. All right. The top 6 bitches I love to hate.
All right.
Number
Bring it.
6, number 6, number 6, and this is truly a love-hate relationship that I can't even explain it at the moment, but it's Maria Sharapova.
You're a mess.
You know what? I used to really
can't-
like her. Now I'm like, you fucking cheat. And we've always known what a bitch she is, so she's really easy to hate on anyways because she has the true resting bitch face, Andreen.
Aw,
And
She
she's
does.
shady and petty. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Check her pressures!
She's shady and petty.
So yeah, Maria is at the top of my list. I actually took her off a couple times, but I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I kind of hate her these days.
So
I'm
she's
angry
number
with
6.
her. Yeah, I'm mad about the whole. I don't like how she's handled this latest situation. But anyway, so number 5 is also on someone else's list
Ooh.
for different reasons, and the same. I'm not so much wanting to help her, but you know, Carla Suarez Navarro.
Oh, no.
I'll never forgive you for that fucking pantyhose.
Oh my God, you have never given that poor lady.
No, I can't. I just don't
I don't know.
understand. I don't. You know what?
Yeah,
I
she
appreciate-
that pantyhose around. She said from my grandmother. I don't know, but
I appreciate you wanting to help her, but I don't think she can be helped.
Kyle, don't worry, girl. I got you.
I know, right? My number 4 is new to me. Like, I didn't really know much of her before this past week and a half or so, and I immediately hated her.
Wow.
It's very organic. Tamia Babos.
Oh God, leave that poor girl alone.
Oh, no.
Babush, I think
You
is
know
right.
what? Who wants to shove something down her fucking throat? Like, quit yelling. That awful screech. You know it drove you nuts. Did you watch any of her matches?
Oh, I did watch that.
That shit was
Oh.
bad. I was like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. And she has hair like your Patty Schneeder sister.
No, you can't get worse than Annalena. Tell me that mess.
Yeah. My number 3 is Aga. We all know it's no secret that I don't like her. She's not a ninja. She's not the smartest person on court. Bitch hardly ever wins. And she's not nice. I mean, everybody's like, oh my God, she's so nice. When? When do we ever see her being so nice? I think she's
you hate
boring
Aga because of the
and
commentators.
I don't like her. I don't fucking like her. I can't stand her. I don't like watching her matches. I don't like watching her lack of interaction with fans because it's so blah. She's just boring. Like, she's stupid. Number 2, I bet you guys could guess my number 2 and number 1. I'm sure you could.
Actually, no.
You can't? Okay, number 2 is the mean ass Sarah Irani. Listen, that bitch is mean. Not only is she mean, I can't get past her cankles. I can't. I know she can't do anything about it. I know it's just this freak of nature type thing, and there's nothing she can do, but it's awful. And you know what? I almost feel like she has those cankles because cankles are like, they're just bad. Like, if a woman has them, it's not good. I think that might be her punishment from God because she's so fucking mean.
Oh my God.
She is mean. I have seen it. I have witnessed it. I don't like her. My number one has gotten so much hate from me over the years. It's probably never going to stop. She even got a little bit today. Just a little bit. It is the one and only golden retriever, Miss Caroline Wozniacki. The fake number 1. Who never won a slam, who I think is just so interested in anything other than tennis these days. I mean, I did tweet out today, does she still play tennis? Apparently she does, but she's injured.
She's ranked 31 in the world, I think.
I want her to just go away. Go get married and have babies.
Look,
I think
you know
that's
why?
what she wants to do. And I can't stand her. Everybody loves her. Little Miss Sunshine. Why? Why? Because she got publicly humiliated? Is that why
Oh,
everybody loves her so much, or
well,
because she has this fake BFF relationship with Serena?
I
there is
don't
a
know.
real fan right now. When he hears this podcast, he's gonna be screaming and clapping at me like Janina is the queen. Janina is the queen. Because
I can't
I think
stand
there's
her.
literally a group out there with I hate Caroline Wozniacki. There is a group.
I listen. I want to be the president. I can't stand her. I loved watching her when she was 17, I think she was, when she made that open run at the US Open, and I cheered her every step of the way. And then that's it. Like, I hated her. I don't even know why. I can't stand watching her. I
Look,
can't.
Caroline Wozniacki, when you mimic Nadal, I loved you there. No worry with Janina.
That was funny. It was even funny when she mimicked Serena and put the tennis
Oh,
balls in
that's
her
all for me.
butt and boobs.
But oh my God, Janina. Okay, you got something off
Yeah,
your chest right now, didn't
I
you?
did.
Oh
But
wow.
I would, like I
She
said
had a lot of
before,
rage.
yeah, I could probably come up with some more. But anyways, just want to say, Svetlana, I'm still available for you.
I don't hate you.
I don't hate you. I
Oh,
still love you. I still think you're one of the most beautiful women ever. So happy that you're playing well lately. And, come to me, baby.
and bring the dog too, because Janina wants the
Yes, bring
dog.
the dog. I like the dog.
All right, Janina. Okay. Well,
So
maybe you
that's
should
our
send
top
some holy
six.
water. You need to say a prayer, Janina.
Do I?
Evil radiates from you.
Told you I was.
We-
I told you earlier I was feeling a
She
little bit
was
mean
she
today.
was in a mood. She was in a
I'm
mood.
telling you, God, do you have any more space on that hate list for no land? Because
Oh well. Oh, I'm not gonna do that to myself today. You'll have to check my
okay,
pressures if I go there.
Oh
get us
well.
some Meldo real quick. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's our list. We want to hear from you. Before I go, let me just I know that one of our fans, Sean, he put out his top six list, but he did a traditional list. You know, these are the ladies he wants to hang with,
That's
I'm
cool.
guessing. And he said his top six lists are very predictable. Let me make sure I get
Stop
this.
it.
Okay,
Your
his
list
top
was
six.
predictable
Sorry.
too. I
Caroline
guessed your
Garcia. No,
list.
I'm sorry. I'm not. It's not pretty. His top six ladies are Caroline Garcia, 6. 5, Jeannie Bouchard. 4, Heather Watson.
Oh,
3,
nice.
Madison Keys. 2, Azarenka. And Serena, of course, number 1.
Mm.
Our
So
lovely
he.
listener Tony gave us a list as well.
Oh.
Oh. Who
Tony in reverse order 6 is Basinski. Tony, I am so judging you. Then comes Aga, judging. Then Petco. Maria, for some reason, is on here twice, so I'm not really sure where she's supposed to be.
Maybe it's
But we've
Maria
got Maria.
Kirilenko.
I don't know. He didn't specify. Just said Maria, then Sloane, Vika, then Maria again. And do we even have to say who his number 1 is? Do we?
Of course not.
Shocking. Who could
Serena.
it be?
Serena.
Who could it be?
Serena, I'm telling you. Serena, you give girl, I gotta tell you, you performed a miracle today because you resurrected so many Serena stands. They were just
Aw.
dying. So thank you, girl, for doing that because they were getting tired on fucking Twitter. Jesus
And you know what? I
Christ.
just want to say that I'm sorry. Some other people sent me lists too, and I didn't save them, and I'm sorry.
Why
Oh.
even request them? Janina.
I
I'm
know.
telling
I
you.
don't know. Sorry, but
Well,
she's
you know
gonna
what?
share
I
them all.
failed.
Fans, you know what? We'll forgive Kato Kayla. You know she's a bad house girl. Well, when you put it up on your list below, put it down in the comment section. You know, we want to hear from your top 6, and you can qualify. You know, what makes these your top 6 ladies?
Yes.
As we did, we qualified. You know, Janina's, Andrine is all about spending their money, and I'm all about helping them, give them a makeover. You know, and Janina is
Janina's
all
about
about hating. So
Night, y'all.
wonderful. So
Next
next
week.
week, before we go, I just gonna put it out there that on Friday, I think it's usually about 10 p.m.
PM.
Eastern Time, we're having a live podcast, so you can hear us coming from live and living colors, and you can comment and tweet us, and we'll be discussing the French Open draw. We're trying to come up with a theme that we ever stick to the theme, but we just come up with a theme anyway. So
Yeah,
if
if
you
there's
have any
something that
idea,
you would like to
yes.
possibly see us try to work out, let us know.
Well, the draw through, we'll be discussing the men and women singles draw. Because we don't check the doubles until the next week, the finals. That's what we do. So yes, folks. So let's tune in next week. We'll give you more details as it come along. But we'll be live in Living Color on Fridays. We'll be coming out that Friday, and it will be going on Podbean on Saturday.
Awesome.
And yeah, so don't forget to comment below and subscribe. Thank you. We had a wonderful show, ladies.
Very fun and quick.
Yay! And that's good. We did it in record time. And fans, don't forget to love us. And comment below always. Good night. Good
Bye.
day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.